Every Sunday they come. They come for prayer. They come for healing. Healing, needed now more than ever.
I've been a priest for 24 years, always serving the Latino community, and I've never seen anything like this.
Father Bruce Lewandowski is facing a crisis.
October, November, December, there were 3 individuals, one each month.
One immigrant community, one parish, in the heart of Southeast Baltimore, haunted by suicide.
A couple times a month now, we're visiting Johns Hopkins, young people in the hospital who have attempted suicide or severe depression.
From January to this year, I took 7 people to emergency room in Bayview to receive help because they were really in risk of taking their own lives.
Sister Mercedes Castillo says it started in the fall after U.S. Immigration and Customs Enforcement officers raided cities across the country, arresting hundreds of immigrants, including 5 in Baltimore City. It started the next day with a 16-year-old boy.
Alfonso Valencia.
He was a quiet boy, very educated, but very quiet.
Very popular young man, did well in school, had a lot of friends.
His father, Enrique, doesn't speak English. Alfonso, born in the U.S., served as the bridge between his family and the outside world.
So I think that what my son was facing was all the fear, the violence he faced, and the bullying too, because there was a lot of bullying at school. And the hopeless that he faced with feeling that he cannot help me out.
A lot of pressure for a young man.
Maybe he was feeling tired of this kind of life and feeling that life didn't have sense.
Alfonso hung himself. His father found him, along with a letter.
Very hard words that really is still giving pain in my heart.
Me decía en esa carta, papá.
Father, I feel so bad.
Yo me siento tan mal de no poder ayudarte.
Because I want to be able to help you, but I feel that I can't.
Incluso no sirvo para nada.
I feel that I'm good for nothing.
Y si algún día
And
nos vemos,
if we don't see each other anymore,
recuerden que los quiero mucho.
remember that I love you.
2 weeks after Alfonso, there was another.
Yeah.
A mother of 2 children committed suicide, and then a few weeks later when a young man from El Salvador killed himself, and then it just kept going.
4 suicides in 4 months.
One case of suicide is too many cases, so 3 cases is a lot in a small community.
Monica Guerrero Vasquez is the program coordinator for Centro Sol at Johns Hopkins Medical Center. She answered when Father Bruce reached out for help.
I was absolutely shocked, especially because of the age of the individuals who died out of suicide. A teenager, young adult, so that's too young to not do something.
Now Vasquez and her team visit Sacred Heart of Jesus each month.
We have been able to get mental health professionals to come to church here and to talk to the congregation on Sundays and to talk to people after Mass to let them know that there are resources available in Spanish.
Mi mamá tuvo depresión.
Vasquez and Father Bruce believe young immigrants are in the midst of a newly unfolding national mental health crisis. Children of immigrants forced into a life they never asked for.
The fear of deportation, the fear of being separated from families, the fear of returning to places where they cannot come back. Those fears, that the uncertainty of what's going to happen to me and my family, how can you cope with that?
The stress and pressure of this what if, what if immigration comes? What if they're at the door? What if they follow us to school? What if they show up when we're shopping? What if they? I think it's a factor when we look at young people and young adults and the state of their mental health. I think we really have to pay attention to that.
Ella es trabajadora social en Bayview.
Because of the lack of resources and fear of speaking out, at this point there are no concrete numbers on young immigrant suicide.
We wanted to find data. We want to see what's out there, what's happening in the state, what's happening in the country.
We ran into the same roadblocks.
There is not enough data.
Nearly 10 years ago, the American Journal of Public Health recommended there should be increased support for immigrant families. Since then, little has been done, and the immigration debate has only become more contentious.
It's a life, it's life, right, that we're talking about. So we cannot wait to the process of data generation to happen.
The response from Johns Hopkins is already making a difference in one congregation.
In the last couple months, thanks be to God, nobody's succeeded.
I think it's important to get involved, to work together, to collaborate, and to provide the support to these families for their health, for their well-being, and for their lives.
Lives like Alfonso's that ended too soon.
Un dolor muy fuerte.
It's a pain that I cannot describe. It's so strong.
A pain that overwhelms. And when it does,
Y a veces que
So when I feel overwhelmed of fear, I come here to receive comfort and to ask God to be always with me.
a place of solace, and a congregation working through the darkness.
We're talking about humans. We're talking about people. Moms and dads and children and teenagers. We should care about people.
To find a flicker of light,
And prayer, a lot of prayer, tremendous amount of prayer.
to bring healing.